What is happening, everybody? We are back.
We left?
We never really left.
Person named Ramon was complaining there wasn't enough uncut content for him this week.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go watch our old
we
videos.
fucked up. Yeah. Follow us on Twitter at Uncut Sports Show and at Kevin White Uncut. Like we've said several times now, Jimmy has failed to get her Twitter account. Lame motherfucker. Shout-outs. First of all, shout-out's going to go to the ISNO network. But the big shout-out this week goes to Kyle McCracken. We both want to say congratulations because he's going to be graduating from basic training at Fort Steele, Oklahoma. Not only want to give a shout-out to you, but also to your mother, Deborah, and to your sister, Sarah. Yes. NBA news?
Brother Phil? No,
that's not going to work. Anyway, that was an inside joke George and I had. George is finally going to be launching his channel.
Yes, we're shooting the intro right after this.
After this, we're going to be shooting the intro. You guys will love it. So I'm going to be whoring his channel out on my Twitter account.
And basically doing everything else just like he does for this show.
So
all I'll be doing is putting up content. Kevin will be tagging it, titling it, retitling it, looking at my tag, shaking his head, going, do you have any idea what you're doing?
But look for it.
But here's the other thing, which is shocking to most of you. George is actually following the NBA, and that's even to Kevin's surprise because I'm watching it, I'm paying attention. It's actually more fun, in my opinion. How many games is this season?
I think 62.
Keep it all at 62. I'm not even kidding. Get rid of the 80-game season. Make these guys play 2-3 nights in a row, and now it's welcome to being a hockey player.
Because it doesn't get worn. Yeah, it doesn't get worn out. I mean, the NBA season has got super exciting. Obviously, with the emergence of Jeremy Lin, which is Linsanity is all over the planet.
Now, here's my next question. Even though obviously they don't have time constraints on the back end, so we're still going to get they're going to play one playoff game on Sunday, one on Wednesday.
They're going to still do that.
Why?
They're crunching everything down right now,
so they can have a nice long drawn out playoffs.
Yep. They want to do that. They're going to want to do that.
Holy horseshit,
because see, the way the NBA figures out, it's like we'll have all those teams playing playoffs, and we'll have a game every night. And that's how.
But they don't do it. They don't have a game every night.
Well, no, they don't have a game every night. But say, for example, the Knicks might play the Celtics one night, and then the Lakers might be playing San Antonio the next night.
Yeah, but they don't. But I understand what you're saying. But they don't even do it that way.
Well,
you have multiple teams playing on the same night, and then multiple teams don't play that night. I hate the playoff system. Anyway, I'm actually excited about this. What I'm not excited about as being a Heat fan is the Knicks. The Knicks need to be 5 through 7.
Yeah,
I don't want them to be an 8 seed because the Heat are going to be 1 because they're just going to be.
The New York Knicks look good. And, everybody was starting to doubt Jeremy Lin. Can he keep doing this? But the thing is Jeremy Lin runs the point.
Yes, he does.
And to some degree, the point is like your quarterback on your football team. He finds the openings. It's not always about him hitting the fucking jumper and everything.
But he can.
And he can. That's the problem. And he's got a nasty field goal shooting percentage.
Shit.
So if you want to give him room and let him hit that 3-pointer in your face, then he'll do it. If you fucking want to be all up on its nuts, he's going to dish it off. He's good at doing both. And everybody is slowly finding out that Jeremy Lin is fucking for real.
Yeah.
The Knicks look good. And if they can keep this harmony when Carmelo Anthony comes back into the lineup,
he's back tonight.
Right now, whereas as the game is going on, they're down to New Jersey 46-37.
Actually, it's 49-40.
49-40 now. And you guys will be seeing this tomorrow, so it won't really be irrelevant. Right. This game will be over by then.
At this point, Melo's played 16 minutes, which I find interesting coming off a groin injury.
Right.
Stoudemire's played 15. Lynn's played 14. Carmelo's 2 of 3, only has 5 points. It'll be interesting to see because a lot of people at first, before Jeremy Lin went on this, I think about game 4 or 5 of this run, people were like, well, Jeremy Lin's going to have to change his game when Carmelo comes back. Now they're like, Carmelo's going to need to change his game because Carmelo's the only, to me, he's, like I said last time, he's the only piece that doesn't fit in. J.R. Smith, you saw last night, has no problem shooting.
Yep.
Nick Novak has no problem shooting. They don't need to ISO up shit. No. They'll let Jeremy Lin drive, dish off, and J.R. Smith was balling.
Yeah.
I love the NY tattoo on the neck.
Yeah. I mean, this is the thing, man. At this point in time in Carmelo Anthony's career, I mean, he's a good basketball player, but he's not a LeBron. He's not a Dwayne Wade. He's not a Kobe Bryant. You know what I mean? He's at one time, I think people thought he was going to be that type of player,
Well,
but he's just
I think
not.
he's closer to Kobe in the sense that he has, I think, next to Kobe, the most game-winning shots.
Right.
That's what he can do. That's great. That's awesome. But that's not what D'Antoni's offense is.
Mm-hmm.
After the interview, watching him play the Mavericks, D'Antoni said, "With J.R. Smith on the floor, we didn't have any offensive plays. He didn't know them.
No.
He's like, I gave him the ball and they let him go.
Yeah.
That doesn't. Carmelo's an ISO player. Carmelo wants to get you out on the wing, have everyone clear out, make some highlight, quick move." Jab steps, drop back, hit a J.
Right.
That's gonna
It's
kill.
not good. It's going to
offense.
kill their flow.
Now, we haven't had the pleasure of watching the game tonight, so maybe this all might be irrelevant tomorrow
could
when
be
we watch
happening.
the highlights.
Right.
But I mean, I would hope Carmelo just gets the ball, shoots.
The bottom line is if he does do that, and he does find a way to get into the Knicks offense and become even another weapon, they have to keep up on. And I know you laughed at me, but J.R. Smith, the addition of J.R. Smith was awesome.
No,
in my opinion.
I agree with that one.
Yeah,
It's
but-
you're a little higher on Byron Davis than I am.
But well, look, the thing is this: I'm not. It's not that I'm so high and I'm just like taking hits of hits of Baron Davis from the bong. Hits from the
Byron.
bong. But I think Baron Davis. Sometimes when you see a guy like Jeremy Lin, it rejuvenates players. It really does. Now I don't know if it can rejuvenate the old bearded one.
Well,
but
unless it's putting something back in his knees, he's going to be that Greg Oden.
right. Well, he could. But I mean, if Baron Davis can come off the bench and produce a little bit, then that gives the Knicks a little bit more depth. I don't. He can't be a starter, obviously, but if he can produce,
And the Knicks need it because
And they
their
need it.
offense looks stagnant without Lin on the court. And
really
let's
does.
face it, you take a guy who not used to playing high minutes, not used to getting banged around, not used to playing this much, Jeremy Lin could get burned out. Now,
Right.
maybe he's just playing unconsciously and he doesn't
Right.
know it yet and he's not supposed to be playing this well, but I like him. I think he adds a nice burst of energy to the NBA, if you will.
it's just different, man. You know what I mean? I don't think Floyd Mayweather got that. Why the guy's getting a lot of attention? It's not. Yeah, he you know what? He is getting a lot of attention because he's an Asian American basketball player. But Eminem got a lot of attention when he was the first. White boy just tearing it up on the mic. Tiger Woods got a lot of attention when he's the golfer, and he still continues to get attention. It's when it's
happens.
something that's different. It's a different novelty, and Mayweather's got to understand that. Now, speaking of fucked up knees, Greg Oden.
I feel bad for this guy.
Greg Oden, and the guy sent me a tweet today, and he goes, "Kevin, do you think that Oden was just a bust or it's bad luck?" And I was like, "Bad luck."
It's just health, dude.
Yeah.
He can't help his knees. And honestly, he went in for another surgery just to clean out some debris, and it turned into another microfracture surgery. So let's face it, Oden's done.
That
No one's
motherfucker-
going to sign him. He can barely walk.
He's straight Humpty Dumpty, shorty. I mean, I know, is that fucked up? The motherfucker's Humpty Dumpty, shorty. He didn't even fall off the wall, and he's Humpty Dumpty. I mean,
He's
his
all
knees
broke
are just
up.
busted the
Yeah.
fuck up, shorty.
And then you got to think Portland's got to be kicking themselves because, Durant went for 51?
51 he dropped. I mean, the Oklahoma City Thunder, and they're looking great, but right now
Isn't Portland the same team that took Sam Bowie?
I can't even remember.
I think they took Sam
They
Bowie
might have
over a
taken Sam
guy.
Bowie.
What was his name? Michael Ward 23, won lots of
Jordan.
rings. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Portland has a terrible draft.
In Portland, you know what? They need as much help as they can because they started to skid as of late. But the two hot teams right now, let's roll out of Thunder, are your boys, the Heat, and fucking the San Antonio Spurs. Those mugs have rattled off 10 straight wins.
Dude, they gave the Heat gave Orlando the business.
I mean, yeah, they really did. So, question to all you fans out there, do you guys think that Dwight Howard will be with the Orlando Magic by the end of this month? Because the All-Star game's this weekend.
Okay.
Okay, so I think it's this weekend. Correct me
I
if I'm
don't
wrong.
care, dude.
I think, but do you think that what's the deadline? Trading deadline's like March 12th, March 17th,
He'll be gone.
something like that.
I think it's March 7th, even earlier than that. I think it's the first week in March. He'll be gone.
Now,
He's got to be gone.
Speaking of trade, speaking of all the bullshit, Kobe Bryant has said,
He's awfully vocal this year.
yeah, he's starting to get vocal. I think he's feeling the pressure, and he had a legitimate beef
Will Kobe be there on March 7th?
with the Lakers. Yeah, he'll be there.
Will he be there on March 7th
March 7th.
when we're there?
Oh yeah, he better be there because. Yeah, that would be fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, George and I got tickets to see them visit when they play the Wizards, and
the
it's
Wizards?
right behind the bench. But and I'm excited about it. I don't know why George is going to subject himself to this kind of shit because I'm going to be like a child.
I'm taking the next day off.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not even kidding.
I'll get you fucked up at the bar and have us both acting like donkeys in the middle of the fucking Verizon Center.
Well, as long as we
I
get
give
a
no
ride home.
dams. Kobe just came straight out and said, you know what? Make a fucking decision with Pau Gasol, you know? And he wants Pau Gasol to stay there. At least that's what he's verbally saying. But that's what he's saying. But he had a very good point. It's like, okay, the guy feels like he's on the chopping block. At some point in time, it does affect your performance. You don't know if you're going to be there. How much do you want to put into a team? Pussy, you think?
What you just said there, I think that's a pussy excuse for an athlete. I can't keep my head straight because I don't know if I'm going to be here or not.
Right.
That's bullshit, dude. Either play or don't.
Right.
Just when you're on the court, that's your time to forget about everything else. When you're posting someone up, you shouldn't be like, shit, am I going to be here tomorrow?
Right.
That's your time to play. That's your time to shine.
Right.
And let's face it, Lamar Odom, he obviously the Lakers have no problem letting people go.
Well,
Lamar
they
talked him way out.
he hasn't done really much in Dallas. But
No.
I mean, the thing is I know for me, I could play in game situations, I could play, but everything that it takes to play for a franchise, like going to practice, putting your heart all into it, when someone feels like they don't want you, at some point or another, you're like, you kind of don't put as much into it. I mean, would you agree? I could understand that. I mean, I could say, well, fuck, these motherfuckers don't want me to talk about trade me. I'm sitting here killing myself in practice. Somewhere or another, practice? It's about practice, man. Talking about motherfucking practice.
He might kill himself in games, but I don't really see him
man.
killing himself in practice. To be honest, when you're a veteran of that age and you're playing back to back games, or you're playing three games in 3 nights,
right.
I don't see them killing themselves in practice. I'm not trying to demean. I understand what you're saying, and it makes sense.
Right.
But to me, that's a bitchy thing to do as an athlete. Just
Right.
man up, play. My problem would be with the media. If I was Gasol and I came to the interview, I'd be like, straight up, are we going to talk about basketball, or are you going to talk about me being here? If you want to talk about me being here, I'm not here to have that. We can either talk about basketball or I'll go back to the locker room.
That's a good
but
point.
He doesn't. I don't think he has that in him.
Right.
I think he's from Europe. He's a little bit softer. He's used to. I don't think that. I just don't think that's in him. Lamar was like, "Fuck you, I'm out."
Right.
And the Lakers were like,
see you later. You know
and Gasol's just going,
because you're eating too much sugar. You're trying to be a movie star, and you know what?
you know why he's eating too much sugar?
And he's depressed, and they knew that.
Have you seen her?
Okay, I'm not going to go there. But I'm
Gotta
just gonna,
keep him
But you
fed.
know what's funny? Let me tell you something. These GMs are smart, man. Mitch Kupchak, Lamar Odom, if any of you guys don't remember or recall, was involved with his, I guess, the person who was driving the car killed a pedestrian.
Mm-hmm.
It was this summer before they started playing basketball, and that really fucked his head up. They said that he went into a deep depression because he was debating whether he was even going to play basketball this year. It really fucked with him. That he was the in the past year. Now I know, George, you're smirking shit. I don't know what, but it obviously affected the man. And he was like, I don't know if I'm going to play. Now it could be because he has reality shows and all kinds of other shit, but who knows? Now let's talk about something. George and I have been, we've been thinking about mixing things up a little bit, right? So we came up with this little thing, okay? Mixing it up, just like we're stirring up cookie dough. We want to know, we're going to give you guys 3 numbers today. George, could you just tell me what the motherfucking numbers are?
1,
Uh-huh.
3, 32.
Now, the greatest
Athlete. That means any sport.
Any sport, living or dead, to wear the number 1.
See,
on their jersey.
that's a hard argument.
It's a hard argument. Okay. Next one. Greatest athlete, living or dead, to ever wear the number 3.
Let me just go ahead and save you some time. Babe Ruth, Allen Iverson.
Right.
Okay. Greatest athlete to ever wear the number 32.
2. That's a good, because you got a lot of people out there. Magic Johnson, Jim Brown. I mean, we could go on. But that is up to you guys to tell us who you guys think. We're going to see who ends up winning every category. That numbers are 1, 3, and 32 for this week.
And the Powerball number is 8.
I don't know, but we play that shit and win that shit. Moving on to the fucking I'm going to punch you in the face world.
Yeah. This was wild.
Yeah. Across the pond.
Who bottled me?
Derek.
Glass me. Who glassed me?
I mean, Derek Chisora fought Klitschko. But that wasn't the thing. No one really cared because that was kind of an uneventful fight. That
The fight happened after the fight.
The fight and the real fireworks, the bootleg fireworks, started when David Haye shows up to press conference, and basically him and Derek Chisora started having words. And it got really heated, and Derek Chisora came off of the podium and got into David Haye's face. A brawl ensued, and
somebody got glassed.
Now, George and I, being from the United States, all we could hear was this. You know what? I just know right now I'm going to shoot David Haye. I'm going to shoot. He glassed me. We were like, glassed me? What the fuck? You know, and we know Joker, all our friends across the pond, it's called fucking, you got fucking. We can't say what it's called here, you know what I'm saying? Because
one of us can.
Yeah. But anyway, he got glassed.
Yeah, he got smacked with a bottle.
You know?
No, what the thing I found most interesting, and to cut to all the chase, go watch the video. It's got like 3 million views. It's not hard to see.
Yeah.
Chisora gets up in, I'm assuming that's David Haye's manager's face, and basically tells him, either we fight or I'm going to find him and I'm going to burn him. Like, he made threats that, seriously, if you're in this country, dude, the FBI, the police would be like,
yeah.
He'd be going to jail.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know how it works over in London. They'd come
he said
there
he would
with
shoot him, he would burn him, and he would physically do harm to him.
And the way he said it, he goes, I'm going to shoot David Haye.
Yeah.
I want everybody to know right now that I'm going to shoot David Haye. He glassed me.
Dude, I was waiting. Dude,
me.
if he'd have said his middle name and date of birth, it'd have been a wrap.
And what else did he say?
Dude,
he said he glassed me about 40 times to the point where I was fucking on the ground laughing.
Yeah.
Because I've never heard of people getting glassed.
I haven't been glass-eyed.
I mean, I've heard of being knifed. I've heard of being shanked, bottled, you know? Yeah. But anyway.
So, obviously, these two guys have got to fight now.
Now, I'm going to tell you what. The fucking sad thing about this is there's just no fucking way the fight in the ring could be as good as what we've already seen.
No, I'd rather... Well, that was the best thing. Chigosaurus, whatever the fuck his name is, sat there and said, we can either fight in the ring or out of the ring.
Yeah.
Like, he straight up does not care. He's like, if the fight doesn't happen in the ring, I'm going to find him.
I'm going to tell you what I'm thinking about. I'm fighting, trying to stay conscious after that little fart you just snuck out your ass and fucked me up, man.
Ooh.
God damn.
Not me, man.
Anyway.
Here's the other thing. I want to see the winner of them fight Kimbo Slice in the backyard brawl.
Those motherfuckers will both destroy Kimbo Slice.
Yeah, I know, but still, it'd be fun.
Especially Chisora, because he came right down.
Oh,
there.
He did not play.
See, this is the thing. And this is what I was talking to George about. It's like, you know, David Haye is a great boxer. Okay, in the ring, when there's a ref and you're boxing, when you
unless his toe hurts.
But Derek Chisora,
and I hope we're
seeing,
a wrap.
Yeah, if his toe's fucked up, and that's what Derek was saying to him, basically like,
how's your toe?
How's your toe? It's gonna be some more shit about your toe. But when your toe is 100% and you got to brawl with a man in a press conference or out on the street, there's no ref, there's no ring, you can't counterpunch or anything. Derek Chisora's a big motherfucker.
Yeah, he was huge.
He didn't hesitate to come down.
He grabbed the mic, went right down there, and I told you I heard a bottle rattling around. Obviously, he didn't hit him well enough with the bottle.
David Haye was standing there talking trash with the bottle in his hand. For some reason, they tried to say that Derek Chisora. I'm like, Derek Chisora came down with nothing in his hands. But if he did have a bottle, it was going to be like an Evian or something. It'd been a plastic bottle. Now, I wonder what would happen when he would be like, he plastic me. He plastic me. I can't believe David Haye plastic me. He plastic me. I'm going to shoot David Haye for fucking plasticking me.
Anyway, for the rest of you folks out there, UFC, what, 141, 144, 45, 49, 47, 44, was it 44
going twice, that's sold to the motherfucker that don't know what UFC event it is.
It's 144 with the 19 main card fights.
19 minus 12, that would be 7.
Yeah, it's going to be brutally long.
It's going to be brutally long. We're going to be snoring.
Is there anything else to talk about?
There's nothing else to talk about, and on that note, we're going to go. But I tell you what, and stop, hammer time. We are going to seriously talk about women's MMA because this fight with Miesha Tate,
it's the headlining fight,
and Ronda Rousey is going to be a great.
But here's the thing, it ain't on this video.
So we're out.